Hi everyone, I just want to take a few minutes to share some of my favorite Usborne books with you. I'm going to start with one of our illustrated classics, and you'll remember that on the page I actually shared a graphic of some of our wonderful illustrated stories that we have. What I'm going to share with you tonight is the Illustrated Stories for Children. This is an amazing book. It features multiple stories in one binding. As you can see, you have some stories that are classics like The Nutcracker and Rapunzel, and then other stories that you might not be as familiar with. And each story features amazing illustrations. They're beautiful, kid-friendly, fun, interactive illustrations. And the book is just really well made. It's beautiful quality. It comes with a bookmark so you can show where you stopped in the book. My kids love this book. My daughter, when we first got it, she would sleep with it at night. It goes with us on trips. It's just a really, really great book, and we have more options of our illustrated stories. And what's really cool is we have illustrated classics, which are the classic stories that you know and you love with beautiful new illustrations. So check them out on the website, and if you have any questions, please ask. This is a new to me book. This is a book that we've had for a while on Usborne, but I just became aware of it last summer, and I have fallen in love with this book. It's On the Moon. It's about a child who wants to go to the moon. And what I love is that it has the pictures, the illustrations, and then actual pictures from the moon. And so she goes into space, and she's walking on the actual moon. And she can see Earth from the moon, just like she would if she was actually in space. It's just a really beautiful, sweet little book that gives a little bit of information about the moon, and it features a nice, soft cover. You can feel that there's a cushion around the hard back of the cover, so it's a soft, squishy book that's really durable. Another one of my favorites is See Inside Great Cities. This one is about a year old. And the reason why I particularly love this book is because it features London, which is one of my favorite cities. And each page gives a beautiful picture of the city with flaps that tell you about different places in the city. It talks about the Beefeaters and all the different places. It features Sydney, Paris, Shanghai, tons of different cities. And it's a really, really great book. And then on the back you have other cities that have really awesome landmarks, and it shows different pictures of the landmarks. This is a book that I actually featured yesterday on the website. The Facebook page. This is Questions and Answers. It's a Lift the Flap book. I love the way this book one is organized. You have a page of when questions, of why questions, how questions, where, who, what, and which. Plus a final page with extra questions in case your question wasn't answered in the book. You find the question, and then you lift the flap to find the answer. This book is great for older 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and up. It is a book that has flaps, so the flaps can come off. But what's great is that there's a lifetime guarantee on the book. So as long as the book is in print, you can replace it for 50% off. These books are great because kids ask lots of questions that you don't always know the answers to. And this is a great way to give them a book. Here, go find the answers for yourself and learn a little bit more. I also featured on the event page our Big Book of. This is the Big Book of Stars and Planets. And I love it. It's a very great informational book. It gives lots of great information about outer space and stars and planets. And it features 4 pull-out pages. So this particular page is the solar system. And I like it. It really gives great detail. It talks about the different planets. You get to see how they orbit. And it's just fun to have a book that pulls out and has a huge page like this. And it features 4 of the pull-out pages. All of our Big Book of feature 4 large pull-out pages. One of our most popular series is the That's Not My series. This is, I think, one of the series that we are known for at Usborne. We have multiple options. That's not my car. That's not my hamster. That's not my cow. That's not my prince. That's not my pirate. These are great books because each page features a different textured item. For example, you have the shiny or the smooth headlights. You have the rough car door. Every page has something that you can touch, you can interact, the bumpy tires. And it also features the little mouse. He's in every single That's Not My Book, and he is looking for his car or his hamster or his dog. So everyone he comes to, nope, that's not mine. It's too bumpy. That's not the right car. And then on the last page, oh, there's my car. Its bumper is so squashy. I love these books because it's repetitive text, which means that every book follows the same format. That's not my blank. It's blank is to blank. It's really easy to memorize these books, and it's great for building reading confidence. My daughter, before she could read, would sit down with her stack of That's Not My books and go through and read them by herself because I had read them to her enough. She had memorized what each page was, and she could just follow the format. And it gives them the confidence that they are reading. And once they are confident that they can read a simple book like this, they have the confidence to try reading harder books. Another great book that we have is the Usborne Book of Fairy Tales. We have a couple of different options. Not all of them are girly, but I love that these books, one, feature more than one story. It's not just a single storybook. As you can tell, you get multiple stories. But they are dual readers, which means you have a line of really simple text at the top. You can read just the top of the story and still get the full story. But they also feature more detailed text at the bottom. And if you read bottom and top, you just get a more detailed story. These are great for bedtime when you are not wanting to stay up and read a whole long story. You can just read that top. They won't know the difference, and you still get a story that doesn't take as long. Or when children are getting a little bit more confident in their reading, you can do You Read, I Read. They read the top line, you read the bottom lines. Then as they become stronger readers and they can do it independently, they can read the whole page by themselves. These also, on every page, feature a nice little hidden duck, as you can see there. My daughter loves looking for the duck. She will take this book and sit there for 10 minutes by herself just looking for the duck on every single page. And this is great for when you have children of different ages. You have a younger child who isn't really interested in the story, and an older child who really wants you to read it. You can have the younger child look for the duck. That's something that all the little kids love to do, and it keeps them entertained while you are trying to read to the older child. I want to share with you one of our sticker books. This is our Shakespeare sticker dressing book. My son loved this one. He got it for Christmas. He really loves Shakespeare. We have a lot of Shakespeare stuff with Usborne. I love it because it features a little synopsis of Shakespeare's most famous plays, and you get to dress up the characters in the play. Another thing I love about these sticker books is that the stickers are organized well. You have a page of stickers that corresponds with a page in the book. So your stickers aren't all over the place. They're not 2 pages on one. You have it very well organized. And it tells you the order that you should put the stickers on. Because you are dressing up a person on the page, it matters how you put the stickers on there. And so it tells you which sticker you put on first and second and third. It also features on some of the pages actual quotes from Shakespeare's plays. That's just a really cool little extra thing that they've added. And a lot of especially our boy-themed sticker books, our heroes and our rescuers, they feature actual text and factual information. So these are great for your reluctant reader who, I don't want to read, books are so boring. Oh, well, here's some stickers. Here, play with the book, but then they also are reading. And so it's just really great for that reluctant reader who doesn't want to read but loves stickers. This is a great way to get them interested. And then the last few seconds that I have, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite books. This is Bob as a Unicorn, and I have I fell in love with this book when I started as an Usborne consultant a year ago, and it is still one of my favorite books. So you have Bob, who you don't see throughout most of the story, and he is playing today, and he's being a unicorn. And none of the other animal friends have any time for him. Most of them get a little annoyed with him because, I mean, we have more important things to do, Bob. Why are you playing, Bob? What are you doing, Bob? And poor Bob gets very, very discouraged until he meets the beautiful Princess Fairy. And she knows exactly who Bob is. She knows that Bob is a unicorn. She thinks he's the most beautiful unicorn he has ever seen. And you get to see Bob as the unicorn. Then you find out who Bob actually is. Bob is actually an elephant with a little horn, and you can see I actually have Bob right back here. And the little girl is playing pretend, and this is just a beautiful book, reminding kids that it's okay to have a great imagination, and it just encourages creative play. So, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Take a few moments and write a comment telling me which book you're most excited about, and then we'll move on to the next part of the party.